Four Fingers, the hero of peace. Iron Eagle was considered the greatest war chief of the Cheyenne. He fought many battles, always winning. He was not afraid of any other man or tribe. His courage was legendary. He and his horse, always the fastest, were the pride of his tribe. One day Iron Eagle's brother, Four Fingers, came to tell him that Spotted Fawn, the most beautiful woman in the tribe, had agreed to marry him. But Four Fingers knew he did not stand a chance. He was not a great warrior because he was crippled. As a small boy, he had lost both his thumbs in an accident. So his name became Four Fingers. Without a grip, he was unable to throw a spear. He could not hold a knife as well as others. Never would he have a beautiful woman. Never would he win a war like Iron Eagle. His only consolation was that the people considered him special. 4 was a sacred number. There were 4 seasons. There were 4 directions. There were 4 names for spirit. And this man had only 4 fingers. That was a special sign. Iron Eagle was very happy with the news of Spotted Fawn. To celebrate, he declared that he and a group of warriors would attack their age-old enemies, the Arapaho. Iron Eagle gathered the warriors together. He set out the next day. He told Spotted Fawn he would bring her a victory for a wedding present. It would be his greatest victory. But Spotted Fawn could not stand to see him go off to war alone. So, she dressed like a warrior. She rode out with the war party. She would not let him fight alone. The only one who recognized her was Four Fingers. The battle turned out to be very difficult for the Cheyenne. They were greatly outnumbered by the Arapaho. But Iron Eagle still felt he could win. Then, suddenly, he noticed a strange thing. One of his warriors was fatally struck by an arrow. The warrior fell from his horse. Long, black hair fell from the headband. The warrior was a woman. Then Iron Eagle realized it was Spotted Fawn. She was dead. She was killed by the Arapaho chief. Everyone seemed to realize at once what had happened. All the warriors stopped fighting. They realized that a woman had been killed. Both sides stopped. There was silence on the battlefield. Then Iron Eagle, in revenge, spit for the Arapaho chief. He would get revenge for the death of this woman. But the Arapaho chief made a deceptive move. He evaded Iron Eagle. He stabbed him. Then the Arapaho chief raised his spear over Iron Eagle and Spotted Fawn. The Cheyenne began to run. Their great chief had been killed. Then, out of the running pack, came Four Fingers. He rode straight for all the Arapaho. They were lined up, ready to kill the retreating Cheyenne. One man against all the Arapaho. They couldn't believe it. When Four Fingers raised his hands in the air, all could see he had no weapons. The Arapaho chief sat on his horse. He was hypnotized by the lone warrior. This warrior would challenge the Arapaho without a weapon. Then Four Fingers knocked the Arapaho chief off his horse. He jumped on him. Four Fingers reached out with a deformed hand. He touched the Arapaho chief. He did not hurt him. He stood up, facing the Arapaho. He raised a hand straight up in front of the chief. His 4 fingers were raised. He said, "How?" "That means peace." The Arapaho saw that he had only 4 fingers. They knew he was a holy man. Because of his courage, they answered him in return with "How." Since that time, the Arapaho and the Cheyenne have never fought one another. The 4-finger peace sign became a sign used by all the people. During battles, it became common practice for warriors to touch one another. They showed courage instead of killing each other.